She tripping.
Tonight, it's the National Football League. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback.
This week, such an important one for his entire offense, but for him especially. He wants to start this new season off strong. He's got big plans for this year, wants it to be one where he finishes among the league's best while leading his team to the postseason. A strong opening week is a great start to that and can create momentum that carries over not just to next week, but the next few weeks as well. A rising tide raises all ships, and if he can start this season off strong, his offense will benefit.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Floyd, he finds his man, complete. It's Ellis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Up the middle they go. Henley. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd down now. Henley. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down. Floyd. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll run on 1st down. Henley. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down. Henley. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Back to throw. Floyd. Oh, it's a screen. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Floyd, throw left side, complete. That's Ellis. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Tyler. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. .39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and the Ravens will take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. Now 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 15-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering.
Come on, man, stop playing this.
As they try and find some space, who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there.
What do you mean, man? I like this game. Thank you for stopping by and watching the content.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw for it with Williams. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Caleb Williams. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him start to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there. And in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. On 1st down, Floyd. This is Gibbons over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Loose inside the 30.
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Following the fumble recovery, Williams under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll try and run this one right up the gun. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. It's a pickup of 8 yards to move him into a 3rd and 13 here.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Off the bootleg, it's Williams. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. To throw on 2nd down. Floyd.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
From the gun on third down, Floyd. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in week 1. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
They give him a gain of 37.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. pressure. They got him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. In the early window on Sunday, one of the best happens up in Pittsburgh. A big one for the Steelers, as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. Then, more good stuff to follow later in the afternoon. One good one being under the dome in Indy, where it'll be the Colts taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And lastly, Sunday Night Football has a good one lined up between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this 3rd quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 55 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Williams.
Forced out to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On play action, here's Williams.
He finds his man, complete. That's Ford. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second in a couple. Working out of the gun, Williams. Dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Play action. Now Williams. Got his man, Dell. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Looking to throw is Williams. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 3 yards out. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Floyd, he finds his man, complete. That's Ellis. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. Operating from the gun. Floyd. Wide open receiver, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Floyd. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
2nd down and 6 now.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 73 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Back to throw. Floyd. He finds his man. Complete. It's Ellis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well. Operating from the gun. Floyd. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ellis. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And the slot man goes in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now a handoff up the middle. Henley. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 97 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
This now a 3rd and 4. To throw, Williams.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Miami set to take over. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. On 1st and 10, Floyd. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Floyd. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on 3rd and long. Floyd. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Childress. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Well, partner, the season officially underway. It was great to be back with you, obviously, but the first game of the year always a special one, and I know you do too, love having it on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it makes it special, right? It makes it so that everyone is just watching, all eyes on it on a special night like that. I think it's going to be a great season, partner. Can't wait for the next several months. We know there are going to be surprises all the way through the season. And before we know it, we'll be talking about opening up on a Thursday night again next season.
So for the Ravens, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we
Love y'all, man. It's the end of this stream right here. I'm going to come back after I get done cleaning up or whatever. So tune back in, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you turn on that post notification bell. I love y'all. Peace out.